Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling that something was not quite right? Not angry, not sad, just a quiet sense that something inside you had shifted. You replay the moment in your mind and wonder why you agreed to something you did not truly want, or why you now feel guilty even though no one clearly accused you of anything. Nothing dramatic happened, no raised voices, no direct insults, and yet your energy dropped, your confidence felt weaker, and the other person seemed calm, comfortable, and in control. This is not accidental. Every day, people influence you in subtle ways, through tone of voice, timing, silence, and emotional pressure that is never spoken out loud. This is often called dark psychology, not because it is evil, but because it operates below awareness. It works quietly, shaping behavior through fear, guilt, and uncertainty. The purpose of understanding this is not to make you suspicious of everyone around you. It is to make you aware, because the moment you start seeing these patterns clearly, they begin to lose their power over you. And instead of being controlled by them, you can use this awareness to protect your inner peace and move through life with calm strength. One of the quietest ways people manipulate is by slowly planting self-doubt. It rarely sounds aggressive. In fact, it often sounds reasonable. Someone gently asks, "Are you sure that's what happened?" Or says, "Maybe you're taking this too personally," or "I think you misunderstood." Each sentence on its own seems harmless, but over time, these small moments add up. You begin to question your memory, your feelings, your interpretation of reality. Imagine sharing something important with someone, only to be met again and again with doubt. Not denial, just uncertainty. Eventually, you stop trusting yourself. Confidence does not disappear through attack. It fades through confusion. Here is where awareness changes everything. You do not need to argue. You do not need to convince anyone of your truth. You simply stay grounded in your own experience. You remind yourself that what you felt and noticed is real for you. And that is enough. When you stop needing validation for your reality, this form of manipulation quietly collapses. But self-doubt is only one layer. There is another powerful force people use, often without even realizing it, and that force is guilt. Some people rarely ask directly for what they want. Instead, they express disappointment, sacrifice, or emotional pain in a way that makes you feel responsible. They might say, "I guess I'll handle it on my own," or "I wouldn't treat you this way," or "After everything I've done." Nothing is demanded, yet you feel pressured. Guilt turns kindness into obligation. And because most people want to be good, caring, and fair, they give more than they can afford emotionally. The key shift here is learning to separate emotion from request. Ask yourself what is actually being asked of you. Then ask whether you would still say yes if guilt were not part of the picture. If the answer is no, you are allowed to say no calmly. You do not need to defend yourself or explain endlessly. A healthy connection allows space for boundaries without punishment. As we go deeper, we reach a manipulation that uses no words at all. Silence, a message left unanswered, a serious topic followed by quiet. Silence creates discomfort because the human mind hates uncertainty. It immediately looks inward and asks, "Did I do something wrong?" Some people understand this and use silence to regain control, knowing the other person may rush to fix the tension. But silence only works when you fear it. When you stop reacting to it, its power fades. Silence is not always rejection. Sometimes it is simply space, and sometimes it is a test. When you stay calm and grounded, you communicate strength without speaking. Often the person using silence feels uncomfortable first and breaks it themselves. There is another pattern that looks innocent on the surface but becomes heavy over time. Some people position themselves as constant victims. They are always misunderstood, always hurt, always surrounded by unfair people. At first, you feel empathy. You listen, support, and defend them. But gradually, you notice that nothing ever changes. Responsibility is always somewhere else. And the moment you question the story, you become the problem. This creates a hidden power dynamic. Compassion becomes control. The important insight here is that empathy does not require agreement. You can acknowledge someone's pain without accepting their version of reality as absolute truth. Instead of listening only to explanations, observe patterns. Repeated behavior tells you far more than emotional stories ever will. And then there is pressure that comes disguised as opportunity. You are told you must decide now, that this is your only chance, that waiting means losing everything. Urgency shuts down reflection. It pushes you into emotional reactions instead of conscious choice. This happens in business, relationships, and even within families. Your advantage is simple and powerful. Slow down. Say you need time. What is right for you will still be right tomorrow. Pressure often reveals imbalance. When something truly respects you, it does not rush you. As we move even deeper, we come to a subtler layer that many people never notice. Some individuals create influence by mirroring you. They adopt your language, reflect your values, and agree quickly. This creates instant trust. It feels familiar and safe. But words are easy to copy. Character is not. True alignment reveals itself over time, especially when there is stress or disagreement. Anyone can mirror for a moment. Consistency is much harder. Now here's the most important part of all this. This knowledge is not meant to turn you into a manipulator. That path leads to constant defense and inner emptiness. The real power of understanding these patterns is self-mastery. When you see clearly, you stop taking things personally. You stop over-explaining. You stop chasing approval. You respond instead of reacting. You choose calm instead of chaos, clarity instead of confusion. Manipulation thrives in unconsciousness. Awareness is light. You do not need to confront anyone. You do not need to expose anything. You simply need to see clearly. And when you do, life becomes quieter. Relationships become simpler. Your inner world becomes more stable and peaceful. Take a moment to reflect on where you have recently felt pressure, guilt, or confusion. That is not a weakness. That is an invitation, because that is exactly where your next level of growth begins. As you reflect on these patterns, remember that awareness is your greatest tool. You don't need to control others or defend yourself against every influence. Simply noticing gives you freedom, clarity, and inner peace. Life becomes quieter when you see clearly, and your relationships become simpler and more meaningful. If these insights resonated with you, a small gesture like a like or following the page Human Mind Wisdom helps us continue sharing more wisdom about the human mind, emotions, and conscious living. Embrace the awareness and let it guide you toward a life of calm, understanding, and growth.